The Russians are fighting hospitals, civilians and infants out of helplessness. This is how Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, Valery Zaluzhny, has reacted to the Russian missile strikes all over Ukraine on November the 23rd. According to the Ministry of Internal Affairs of Ukraine, as a result of the shelling, 10 civilians were killed and another 36 were wounded. The largest number of casualties among the civilian population was in the Kyiv region. A rocket hit a residential building there. A wave of the Russian missile blew our windows and the front door straight out. It was really hard. There was so much blood, lots of wounded people. As a result of Russian missile strikes, all nuclear power plants and most thermal and hydroelectric power plants were temporarily de-energized. In particular, the power units of the South Ukraine, Rivne, Khmelnytsky and Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plants were completely shut down, Energoatom reports. Almost all of Ukraine was left without electricity and water supply.
Emergency shutdowns occur. The lack of electricity can affect the heat and water supply. Power engineers are already working and doing everything possible to restore power supply as soon as possible. But given the extent of the damage, we will need more time. However, the Russians will not intimidate the Ukrainians. Ukrainians are not afraid of the cold. Ukrainians are not afraid of the darkness. Ukrainians are not afraid of terrorists. We defeat them by common efforts, each in his own workplace. Trust the energy employees. Trust the armed forces of Ukraine. Press service of the Ministry of Energy of Ukraine.
80% of Kyiv residents and almost the entire Kyiv region remained without electricity and water as of the evening of November the 23rd. Critical infrastructure, including hospitals, ran on generators. Lviv has also switched to diesel generators. The infrastructure in the Chernihiv and Kharkiv regions was seriously damaged. The underground and other electric transport did not function in Kharkiv. There were big problems with water and electricity supply in the region.
We are now making every effort to restore power supply. Our utilities, our energy employees will work around the clock to restore the power supply in the city of Kharkiv. First critical infrastructure, then residential buildings. We will have to restart the heating supply. I appeal to all Kharkiv residents, do not panic. We have experienced more difficult times, and we will survive this one too.
Mobile communications also worked intermittently throughout Ukraine because the network was overloaded. The greatest problems with the internet access were in the Poltava region, where traffic was only 7% of the usual level. The situation was also difficult in the Cherkasy and Mykolaiv regions, Odessa, Zhytomyr. Ukrenergo, national energy company, also reminded that Ukraine launches invincibility points, where there are electricity, the internet, mobile communications, water, heat and a first aid kit. They work around the clock. A map of points can be found on the company's website. Reported by Dana Kolesnik, Vlada Tsurkan, UATV News.